Seth Meyers. This is Late Night. We hope you're doing well. And now, if you don't mind, we're going to get to the news. President Trump spoke yesterday at the Museum of the Bible. Either that or he just couldn't remember the word church. I got to go to that creepy old place with the organs and robes and stuff, the Watchman Bible Museum. While speaking yesterday at the Museum of the Bible, President Trump announced that he donated his personal Bible that was given to him by his mother to the museum. And it's even more valuable because it's still in the original wrapping. According to the Wall Street Journal, Jeffrey Epstein's estate has given Congress a copy of the infamous 2003 birthday book, including the letter signed by President Trump. So you do remember birthdays, yelled Eric. I mean, look at that. That's a letter that the current president of the United States sent to the world's most notorious sex trafficker. Anyway, hope he had a nice time at the Museum of the Bible. Former President Joe Biden has decided to build his presidential library in Delaware, where it will compete with Delaware's other biggest attraction, the border with Maryland. During a reception on Friday with Republican lawmakers, President Trump spoke about the possibility of deploying the National Guard in New Orleans. Let me guess, Hegseth's idea? In a post last week on Truth Social, President Trump claimed that Democratic lawmakers are only advocating for Jeffrey Epstein survivors in response to the party's low approval rating. That's ridiculous. Democrats never do anything to help their approval rating. According to a new survey, 41% of Americans second-guess their decisions, and also some Slovenians. Tyson Foods has begun offering 3 new chicken nugget products inspired by NFL teams, but stay away from the Giants nuggets because they start out cold and never get hot. And finally, the Powerball jackpot reached nearly $1.8 billion over the weekend and was won by 2 tickets, and you are not gonna like this. And that was a monologue, everybody. Got a great show tonight. Grammy-winning artist, new album Starline is available now, and this fall he's embarking on his And We Back tour. Chance the Rapper is back on the show, one of our favorites. Cannot wait. And he is the governor of the great state of Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear will be joining us. And he is a writer on this show since we started in 2014, and yet he somehow still finds time to write screenplays. His new movie, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, starring, get this, Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, will be in theaters everywhere on Friday, September 19th. Our beloved Seth Reese is on the show, you guys. Steve Zahn is on family trips this week. Give that a listen. Moving on. Here at Late Night, every night, I deliver a monologue of jokes written by a diverse team of writers. As a result, a lot of jokes come across my desk that, due to my being a straight white male, would be difficult for me to deliver, but we don't think that should stop you from enjoying them, so we'd like to share them with you now in a segment called Joke Seth Can't Tell. These are 2 of our writers, Amber and Jenny.
I'm black.
And I'm gay.
And we're both women.
And I'm not. So here's how this works. I will read the setups for these jokes, and Amber and Jenny will read the punchlines. Here we go. A new play premiered in London recently called The Ministry of Lesbian Affairs.
The Ministry of Lesbian Affairs, or as it's more commonly known, the Army.
Many black American TikTok users were surprised recently to learn that there are black people in Scotland.
They learned about it from Deshaun Connery.
According to a recent article, 28% of WNBA players are gay.
Well, the rest are super gay.
Now, Jenny, do you like basketball?
Yes, it's my second favorite sport.
Oh, and what's your favorite sport?
Playing the acoustic guitar.
According to a recent report, over 300,000 black women have left the labor force in the past 3 months.
Now, what happened was one black woman started running, and then we all just followed her.
So now, does that really happen?
Yeah, if I see a black person running, I'm running. I'll ask what we're running from later.
Now, Jenny, you're not just a lesbian, you're also Puerto Rican, is that right?
That's right, I am.
Okay, so you take this next one. The Puerto Rican Day Parade was held recently in New York City.
We should wave a bunch of Puerto Rican flags, said Puerto Ricans every minute of every day.
No, Jenny, why is it that Puerto Ricans always are waving that flag?
Because we want everyone to know that in some small way, we're all connected to J-Lo.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Donald Trump said recently that beautiful black women were begging him to send troops to Chicago.
Said beautiful black women, we don't beg.
A group of people in Florida started publishing a lesbian newspaper called the Sapphic Sun.
Which is better than their original title, The Dildo Daily.
Jenny!
Well,
That's
not,
terrible!
But that's not even the worst one they tried. They also tried The Lesbian Ledger, The Gold Star Gazette, The Butch Beacon, The Hers and Hers Herald, and my favorite, The Vegetarian Voice.
They tried those?
Yes.
They tried those.
They tried them, and then they all
They
sent
tried
me
those
one
and they
copy.
printed them out and
Yes,
sent them to
that's
you.
right.
And can I just go back? What does Gold Star mean?
Oh, a gold star is a lesbian who's never slept with a man.
Oh, and what do you call a lesbian who has slept with a man?
Unimpressed.
According to scientists, this weekend we can expect a black moon.
It's like a white moon, but it can fill out a pair of pants.
Come on. White people can fill out a pair of pants?
Oh, I thought the only thing white people could fill out is a noise complaint.
According to a recent study, lesbians live shorter lives than straight women.
Because eventually we all die from pretending to like our friends' husbands.
Red Lobster's new CEO has revamped their menu.
By officially changing the word shrimp to scrimps.
I'm glad I didn't have to say that one.
I actually think it's fine for you to say it. Say scrimps.
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 You know what? Never mind. You're not allowed to say it.
Okay, thank God.
Hey, Seth, why don't you tell them?
Oh, I don't think I should.
Come on, do it.
I don't think it'll end well.
Oh, come on, just
All
try
right,
one.
all right.
Come on.
KFC has unveiled its new strawberry and cream pie poppers. Thanks, but I'll just use the regular kind, said gay men.
Seth, no!
No?
Oh, no!
No? That's a no from
That's
both
a
of
big
you?
No.
Do an impression of Deshaun Connery.
Welcome to The Rock, baby.
Do an impression of Seth saying scrimps.
Scrimps.
We're gonna make a rule about who's allowed to ask who to do impressions. All right, I'm gonna try again. Here we go.
Okay.
The makers of Barbie recently released a new Venus Williams doll, and I'm pretty sure I can beat it in tennis.
How dare you?
You told me it would be okay.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ah, black women and lesbians are liars.
Scrimps.